Are we right side up? Facebook? If you're hopping on Facebook, let me know that we are right side up. Hello, Paul Davies. Hello, hello. If you signed into Facebook, can you let me know that we're right way up? Hi. All right, Cheryl, thank you. Hola. Hola, buen día. So, Emily wrote to me with a question that was really super. And it was easier to explain it to everybody because I think it's a question that a lot of us have. Hello, Michelle. Hold on, got another one. No, Paul, no inversions. And Paul, if you've not done kundalini, so it's a little bit different from asana, but it's wonderful, and no inversions at all today. No standing actually in this sequence. So we do the same sequence again and again for 40 days in a row. And even modern psychology at this point is recommending that when we are looking to reset a habit, that 40 days is an amount of time that we can use to create consistency and for an old habit to be overwritten by a new habit, or at least the beginning of that experience, right? We can begin to feel. Hi, Don. Good morning, John. There we go. We can feel the impact of that. And so she asked me, what's the difference in different kriyas? Why is it that, for example, April, our kriya for victory, and the June sequence for the radiant heart, she's like, these are fantastic. Why do these affect me in such a seemingly positive way? And why do I like them so much more? And I don't get that experience off of this. Hi, Liz. And really a lot of what we will experience in Kundalini Yoga is related to the inner, emotional, mental, energetic, and spiritual landscape that exists before we come to the practice. So if my nervous system experiences challenge and immediately goes into fight or flight, then when we do these postures of holding here over time, then this will be very challenging, perhaps really not something that you quote unquote enjoy. And that's because of the state that you have already coming in, and yet this is a remedy. And these big circles, this upward, outward energy can feel really fantastic if you're at a point in your life where upward, outward expansion is necessary, if it's been constrained or out of your reach previously, that this, for me, is very often a great relief, that I'm not trying to hold myself in, and I finally have the capacity and the permission and the invitation to get bigger. But if my getting bigger creates a sensation of being overwhelmed, then this experience will feel overwhelming. So we're using the gestures, the breath, the sequence in a way that helps us to balance our inner landscape. We want our nervous system to be able to respond consistently, irregardless of what we ask, so that we can truly feel in our busy modern lives, we can confuse the necessity to bolt because there's a predator versus I can't believe I can't find any parking on my way to class, right? The same neurochemistry is arriving in our system over and over. So as we generate more prana, there is a very specific way in which that will affect us. And if we come in and we're already a little off kilter, if we've gone through great grief, if we've been depressed in the past, if we have these emotional grooves, then the prana will find that emotional groove and it will grow. And then this will seem like a very potentially upsetting practice. And that's when I would ask you to back off and go into it fairly kindly. Everything is accessible to everyone. You're just going to have to back it out. And this is a very calming, very internalizing sequence. We're in the middle of the summer. We don't need to make more. We're in the middle of, we're coming into an election year in America. We've got this, are we opening because of the pandemic? Are we closing because of the pandemic? What's happening to my job? So there's a lot of upheaval. There's a lot of upheaval in my experience, in my perspective, in my day. And what I'm looking for in this sequence, in this hour, is a sense, this word coherence, that I can make sense of what's happening. Not rely on what has been because things are changing. Not project into the future because that's unknown. But a real sense of center in the space between what has been and what will be. This is where we are. And maybe staying in where we are isn't necessarily easy or familiar. And that will be the work. And it won't feel like a big rush, and it won't feel like a big high. But that big rush and high, it's not necessarily what we're going for. So each sequence does have an outcome, just like each meal has a flavor, and you like some flavors more than another. But you know what? Now is the time to eat green beans. And it's not chocolate cake, but we're going to get the work done because it will absolutely hold us. Next month, we're going back out and we're going bigger. So really, we need this moment of wrapping in so that we're ready to go out. Okay? Awesome question. Awesome question. Always send me your questions. Sometimes I'll answer you directly, and sometimes I will bring it up because I think they're useful for all of us. If this upsets you, go into it gently. If you need more from it, ask more. So if you're adding your oils or your balms, you're going to start at the base of your spine. I'm using the energy equalizer. And so that goes at the base of my spine here, kind of setting a connection with the base body. And then I'm taking this to the base of my neck so that the line between base spine and back of the neck, all of that begins to open. And then I'm also going right behind the ears, on the bones of the ears, which will spread into the scalp. Okay? So both of the balms for this month are great for that. Let me take one quick look, see what Michelle said. I have the same feeling as Emily. I decided that you need to do this to slow down. Absolutely. Isn't everybody feeling there's a slowing down? There's a slowing down. And it's almost scary to slow down, but it's also a great relief to slow down. We begin to notice things. We begin to really find some perspective. So it isn't about, is it comfortable? Do I like it? The qualities of a practice. Is this practice serving me? One, do I experience more joy off the mat, not during the practice? Am I accessing more joy? Michelle, I would say yes. That you're finding that in slowing down, there's access to something else. And number two, is there less fear? In this coherence, am I stable in a new way? And three, is the time between an idea and an outcome shortening? It's like magic. So more joy, less fear, and enabled action. That's a quality practice. It's not about whether or not you like the mat. It's about how your life changes. Bring it together. Sitting tall, we tune ourselves in, asking for guidance, for protection, and for blessing. Hands still, heart high, eyes closed with me, or just listen. The practice is on the other side. Ong Namo, I bow to everything outside of me. Guru Dev Namo, I bow to everything inside of me. Inhale. Ong Namo Guru Dev Namo. Ong Namo Guru Dev Namo. Ong Namo Guru Dev Namo. Roll your shoulders, roll your wrists. Unfold your blanket twice, come onto your back. Start it up there. So your playlist, if you're using it, start at Ke'ahi. If you want the playlist, you don't have it, it would be on Spotify under Martha Wallace McAlpin. If you can't find it, hop onto my website under How To, and there's a link straight to it. As you lie back, draw your knees into your chest, side to side. Keep hold of your shins and let your right hand go overhead, your right leg out long. Exhale, bring it in. Left leg long, left hand overhead. Exhale, bring it in. Find your rhythm. So the first step in coherence is just washing out the bowl, the container, getting ready. Wherever you've been, whatever you've done, reestablish. Clear hips, clear shoulders, clear breath. Making space, making order internally in the breath and in the joints. And in that space, an invitation for guidance. Good. Close your eyes, find the rhythm, 30 seconds. Three, 2. Good. And 1. Heels high, either the height of your knees or over your hips, hands behind your head, lift your head and shoulders, reach one hand outside the opposite foot. So either outside the shin or the ankle or the outer foot. Exhale, exhale, exhale. So if heels high is too much, bend your knees. Lifting your chest towards your thighs, starting to access the obliques and the upper third of your abdominal muscles. And just close your eyes and stay right there. If you need to drop your heels to the height of your knees, just come outside your knee. 3, 2. Keep your head and shoulders raised. Turn your toes out, your heels in, and we're going to tap the heels. So supporting the back of your head, but using your upper abdominals. Now your tap of your heels comes from your low belly. My toes turn out, my heels come in, and I'll turn, see it? Really finding the exhalation between your navel and your pubis, and letting your low back stabilize into the floor and letting your heels press into the ceiling. So then we'll combine this with the reaching to the outer feet in sets of 8. 3, 2, 1, reach, reach. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Tap your heels. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Reach. Become very steady. Tap. Three, 2, reach. 2. Tap. So head and shoulders lifting will really sink your low back into the floor. Keep your legs nice and strong. 3, 2, 1, reach. So rest when you need it. Looks simple. Tap. Four, 3, 2. Last set. Reach, reach, reach. 3, 2, 1. Knees bend, feet flat. Hands on thighs. Press away, and feel. It's here in the center of the body that we transform our emotions, our limitations, our food, our energy. Breathe into your body. Breathe into your navel. Light your fire. Excellent. Knees to your chest. Bring it up and over. Folding your blanket in half. Back to front so that you have knees and shins on the blanket. Blocks up in front. And we'll just find cat-cow to release the contraction of those reaches. And see if you can feel how you're finding the obliques, the sides of your body are wrapping towards the center. That's part of the coherence we're making, that we're holding ourselves more clearly from outside to inside. And then lengthen from navel to tail. And really open the front of your abdominal wall. And the back length of your spine. That we don't want coherence in one small aspect of ourselves, but we want it all the way through us, through our words, our tone of voice, our gesture, our belief. For 3, 2, for 1. Tuck your toes, lift your hips. Downward facing dog. Let it be soft. Let it be uncertain. It's the very first. And looking forward, hands onto blocks. Step your right foot up. And find, where do my blocks need to be? Are they flat? Are they on their edge? Are they on their tail? So that you can go a little forward and a little back. A little forward and a little back, just bending your front knee forward. Roll onto the tips of your toes and then roll onto the ball of your foot and open the back heel, back foot, back leg. And then left knee down to the floor, hands up high. Take your hips a little bit back. This is your inhale. Bend your front knee deeply, hands come down. There's your exhale. Dog. The left foot does the same. Step up, find a lunge, and rock it out. Tips of your toes all the way to your heel. From your heel to your right hip. From your hip to your left knee. From your left knee to your left toes. Drop your right knee. Hands up high. Coming up out of the right hip. Bending. Set your hands down. Inhale, down dog. Let it move. So right foot steps up. Left knee down. Inhale. Hands come up. Hips go back. And then you bend the front knee and find your way in and down. In dog, out, left foot up. So you're alternating legs and you're just rising out of the hips, rinsing the joints. When you're at your base, your hands come down and you change. Your pace may be different from my pace, which is fantastic. Use your pace, not mine. In, up, and out, down. Find the breath in dog. Left foot up. Right knee down, rise. And down. And dog. Right foot up, left knee down. And we're going to pause, hands up high. Right hand holds your left wrist and let the front knee bend and come back up. Drawing your right hand up, open your left wrist, left shoulder, left hip. Press your left toes down and now keep your front knee bent. Stay. Left hip forward, left toes down. Set it downward facing dog. Step back to change. Take your time. Left foot will step. Right knee down, hands high. Keep it there. Left hand holds your right wrist. And then bend your front knee. And just explore. Find your way in and out. Use your left hand to lift your left wrist, to lift your left lung, to lift your left hip open. And then stay and go to the left. And out. And downward facing, step it back. Right foot steps outside of your right hand. So half dog, the hips come up and back. Walk your hands a step forward as you can, maybe off the blocks. And then your hands a step to the left, maybe off the mat. Press your right hand forward away, your right front foot forward and away. Use the blocks if they work. Yeah. Feeling through the outer hip, the back calf, right side shoulder, right side rib. Bend your right knee. Hands on blocks. Step back to change. Press your right hand down, right hip high, right heel back. Find that line. Left foot outside of the left hand. Hips up and back, half dog. Walk your hands forward. Maybe take the blocks with you. So lengthening out. And then step to the right. The left hand into the floor and press away from your body. The left foot, press it into the floor and away from your body. And that'll wrap your left hip back and open your outer left shoulder for 3. For 2. Bend the left knee, hands on block, step back. Bring your knees down into the blanket. Feet flat, hands on blocks, child's pose. Your breath into the middle of your back. And just coming to a kneeling posture. The block may go on its edge or it may go flat between your heels. And another block in front of you. Hands on thighs. If you need 2 blocks underneath you, set yourself up and begin to move right from there. Inhale forward, exhale back. Now we're going to keep the top of your head steady. So that the work here is between the navel and the seat. Just start in the low spine. Work there, if that's where it works. Put your block in front of you, cross lengthwise, hands on outside edges of that block. Now move the spine. Keep your head steady. Feel how you're starting to flush out the spine. Close your eyes, notice the breath, notice the body. Notice if it's jerking anywhere, if it's bumpy, if it's rough. Smooth it out. Maybe that's where you work. More. Palms flat to the floor, fingers face forward. If you can't kneel, come into this posture, hands on the floor right in front of your knees. And if you can't sit your hips back now, just move, cat-cow. Yep. You can even put both blocks under your seat. Eyes closed. Smooth the movement through your spine. Flush out the hinge of your hips, the length of your spine, right to the back of your neck. 3, 2, and 1. Hands on thighs, eyes closed, sit tall and be still. Just feel what you may. So it's not a ride like June was. It's not this high. It's a steadiness. It's a trustworthiness within ourselves. Set your blocks aside, sit in the middle of your blanket. Shake out your feet. Adam, do you want this? And then set your hands behind you. Open your chest and your throat and your feet walk in. So that you can drop your left leg long and wrap your left arm around your knee. And then center, inhale. Into your left. Inhale, center. And exhale, turning right. Now the temptation in this motion is to pull on the arms. I want you to close your eyes and instead feel the weight of your thigh into the floor. And with the weight of your thigh into the floor, feel your navel drop to your spine and feel the pelvis turn the low back. And then slowly that will begin to move through the spine without having to pull on the arms at all. That the weight of your thigh will begin to turn your ribs back, your chin over your shoulder. It's very quiet. One more. And then you quite immediately fold your blanket in half, higher seat, legs crossed, and begin to sweep side to side. One hand down, one up over. So that rinse of the spine. Now we open the sides of the spine. Start to feel it change your breath. Work there, or reach your elbow instead of your hand. Like a metronome, just settle in, not looking to be finished. Or full posture, hands behind your head, moving elbow to elbow. 3, 2, upright. Hands on thighs, be still, eyes closed, feel. Breathing into you the alacrity of that stillness. Unfold your blanket twice, come to belly down. Hips and chest are on the blanket, so I unfold it twice, which makes a long rectangle. As you come to belly down, walk your feet back, tuck your toes under. And then hands reach back, palms are facing up. Make a fist. Put the fists under the crease of your hips, put the point of your chin into the floor. With your toes tucked under, lift your knees first, and then lift one leg, and then the other. Now this is why those little taps of our heels were a part of our warm-up. On your exhalation, your low abdomen supports your spine. If this grabs your low back, I want you to firm your leg more clearly and only rise an inch. So your hands are little fists, the back of your hands into the floor. Tuck your toes under, and one foot presses down, and the other foot lifts, and the leg stays strong. And the sensation is that you're using the full length of your spine to lift your heel instead of only your low back. So make it smaller until the body can support this effort. Inhale, the heel comes up. Exhale, navel to spine. Even wrapping those obliques in towards the center, stabilize your spine from the front. Just for 3, and for 2, and for 1. And down. Release your hands, put your forehead on your forearms, and let your hips wash out. Let your heels wash out. So if that really grabs hold of your low back, it means that you're lifting from your low back. And I want you to really firm your legs and keep your knees off the floor. Keep your navel engaged and lift from the back of your heart. Okay? Turn right over onto your back. So the tonic for that work is to lie back, bring your knees to your chest. Shake out your feet, shake out your knees. Settling. This will be our inhale. Palms flat to the floor, legs extend. This will be our exhale. Heels higher, about 45 off the floor, and then knees to chest. So the higher your heels, the easier it is. Any tension in your low back, I want you to keep your heels almost vertical. And then on the exhale, catch hold of your shins and use your hands. Exhale, knees to your chest. Inhale, legs extend. But your head and shoulders stay on the floor. The upper body is relaxed. And you're extending right out of the center of yourself and then falling in. How peaceful can you be? Even as it grows, eyes closed. One more. Hands on shins, feet to the floor, hands on thighs. Breath to the belly. Breathe in what you've made.
Good. Draw your right knee into your chest. So the right hand on the right shin, the left hand on the left thigh. And just let the right hip drop a little bit more. And allow your right heel to come over your right knee, which might mean that you hold behind the right thigh, or you hold your outer ankle or your outer shin or your outer foot, and you bring your right knee down, half happy baby. And on your exhalation, you're rinsing the tension of your hip, your knee, your ankle, all the way out of your body. Your hips square, your shoulders square. And the breath has access to the length of your spine. See if you can feel that. So we can hold a lot. Let your right leg out to the right. You may continue to hold your outer foot or bring your right hand inside your right thigh. Holding from inside, right hand on the inner thigh, and then pressing your heel away. Left hand on the left thigh. That's it. Press the left thigh away. And the right hand helps to externally rotate your right thigh. Good. Let your attention drop into both heels. Yes. Hi. Bring it into the middle. Interlace your fingers behind your right thigh. Take your hands as low as they will go. Right down around your hip as you can. Press into your right heel. Firm your right leg, standing. Left leg, straight onto the floor. Stand in both legs. Press your thigh into your hands. Sit your right hip forward. And let that straight arm pressure open the tops of your shoulders. Let it lengthen the back of your neck. Let it make great order through your body. One more. Press into the heels. And the right knee bends and the right foot flat. And we change it up. Left knee to the chest. Bring it in. Start softly. Effortlessly. Open the hips. Effortlessly. So right hand, right thigh. Left hand, left shin. Half happy baby. Heel over knee. Outer shin, outer ankle, outer foot. Bring it down. Effortlessly. In Ayurveda and in traditional Chinese medicine, I am fire. And like seeks like. So I love the big, fast, heart-opening practices. I feel that. And yet, I need this. Left leg out wide to the side, holding the outer foot or holding your left inner thigh. Right hand press away. Left thigh rolls back. The fire with fire is a great date and really fun at the start. Long term, it's not kind to myself or to the people who are with me to only seek out the high. As I find this quiet in this sequence and I root in, I can listen and be less reactive. I can be a much better partner without sacrificing myself. To the center, please. Interlace your fingers behind your thigh, slide your hand lower than you think you can go, as though you would hold the outer hip, and then let your left heel press to the ceiling and your right leg press forward. Right leg straightens, and sit in your hands. Open the tops of your shoulders, the back of your neck, the backs of your eyes. Sometimes this stillness is so strange to me, it just makes me weep. And it's the place to stay, to grow, and to listen. One more. Into the heels. And let go. Knees bend, feet flat, hands wide. Feel what you've made. Be in it. Be in it. Be in it. I am not high. I am here. Good. Knees to the chest. Bring it in. Side to side. Roll it up. Fold your blanket front to back. Flush it all the way out. We are ready. Hips are ready. Spine is ready. Let's bring it all the way into the chest. So our modification today will start high. You need a strap and a block between your heels now. Kneeling down, hold the block between your feet. Hold the strap behind you. Your strap is hip distance. Chest is broad. Fold softly. Inhale, rise. Just start at the hips. Exhale, fold as you can. Inhale up. And then hands going overhead. Perfect. Exhale down and inhale up. So let it start small. Or your warm-up may be to sit here on your block, hard up, exhale down. Close your eyes. Just find your step one. Your backbone is what holds you up. And so we want to bring it strength and we want to give it articulation and malleability. That it is not rigid, but always changing. Work there or full pose. Hard up. Exhaling to sit it down. Your version will open over the next minute and over the rest of the month. So take your time. Navel to spine and up. Hold the block. Feel how we're folding in. We're opening up and we're folding in. It's generating Lanana. And Lanana is a calming energy, an interiorized energy. Go one more. And sit down. Set your strap aside, hands on blocks. If you can't sit down, just pause. Excellent. Wag your tail, shake it out. So we all meet on knees. Last place to go. Block between your heels. Stay tall. Shake out your shoulders. Shake out your tail. Your weight is even left and right. Good. Fold your fingers in without making a fist. So fist peel open. Thumbs point to you. Go wide. Turn your palms down. Forward circles. Quick and strong. Access your shoulder blades towards your spine. Draw your knuckles towards your shoulders. Strong in the knees, strong in the heart. Feel how it immediately changes your state. Lifts the breath a little higher up in your lungs. Just for 5, 4, 3, 2. Excellent. And bring your knuckles down, let it rest. Shake it out. Hands up, thumbs up, fingers fold in. Roll your thumbs out, hands out, forward circles. Now open the chest. Lift your lungs. Lift your lungs. From the very tops of your feet through your thighs. Thumbs pointing back, palms are open. 10, 9,
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hands up high. Interlace your fingers. Good. Come to kneel. If kneeling doesn't work, it can be cross-legged. Okay? Sitting down. Fingertips face you. Elbows wide. Tuck your chin, round your head. Open and close. Now it's similar to the way we warmed with our hands on our thighs, but now we're adding the head. This is modification through the whole length of the spine. Or second modification, hands on shoulders, thumbs point back. Or full posture, hands behind your head. If it's too much and you can't sit down, cat-cow to finish. Drawing your energy, your attention up through the spine, upper back, crown of the head. You got 20 seconds. Eyes closed. Good. Go, go, go. Keep it moving as you can. Either here or cat-cow. 5, 4, 3, 2. Pause tall. Hands on thighs. Cross legs. Fold your blanket in half if kneeling doesn't work. And sit tall. Just feel. In your mind, inhaling up to the top of the head and exhaling back down. Like a little dot of light, a little pulse through the spine. Adjust your seat in any way you need to. So if cross-legged works better, I'll do cross-legged today. If kneeling works, stay kneeling. If you cannot keep your heart over your seat because you round down, that's fantastic. That is not an issue. Sit on a chair. Don't miss this. So hands are high. Hands stacked over the shoulders, shoulders stacked over the hips. Let it put everything together. Thumbs point back, eyes closed. This is all that's asked of you. And when you need to, your hands come down, shake it out, and then come back. Keep it simple. Inhale, fill the belly, and then fill the chest. Exhale, empty the belly, and then empty the chest. Eyes closed. Open your palms. Open your finger knuckles, joints. Be elevated and be stabilized. And inhale. On your exhale, elbows bend. Bring it down, eyes closed, hands on thighs. We pause 30 seconds and we return. Let it through you as you rest. Let it through you. Great wisdom is moving right now. Raise your hands. Thumbs point back, hands are open. Extend your arms. Practice this to be capable of saying, I'm sorry. I practice this to be undefensive. Practice so I can hear you. In the belly, in the chest. Out the belly, out the chest. Soften your eyes and your lips. Soften your response. Soften your breath. I hear you. Let it in. I forgive you. I forgive me. Let it in. A breath in. Bend your elbows. Hands to thighs. And be still. But let it through you. Pause your playlist if you're using it. We'll go in a count of 4 and out a count of 4 9 times today. You can keep your pace or you can keep mine. Let your breath out your mouth and in the nose. 2, 3, 4. Out the nose. 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4. In. Out. In. And out. And in. 2, 3, 4. And out. 2, 3, 4. And in. Great circle. And out. And in. And out. And in. One more. Release the count. Allow your breath freedom. And then unfold. Letting your legs go out long. And if you choose, right on your blanket so that your legs go out long. And your heels are a little lower than your hips and your shoulders are a little lower than your hips and you have the tiniest back bend. And that will invite your breath deeper into your pelvis. That will unfold you from kneeling and folding. Be completely at ease. Soften your eyes and your lips. Your shoulders and your hands so your breath can get bigger and free in your chest. You can take your hands overhead. Walk your feet in. And knees in. And bring yourself up. Cross-legged seat. Reach wide. Reach tall. Palms together, finding center. Take your time, join in. Opening wide. Finding the center. All the way out. In your mind or aloud, repeat, I expand in success, abundance, and love every day. As I inspire those around me to do the same. Hands to the forehead center, I am this, Sat Nam. 8 count Sat, 2 count Nam. Inhale. Sat Nam. Satnam, I see myself. Namaste, I see you. Send your questions. We'll move them through. All of us, we all share the same questions. There are some kriyas we love, and there are some kriyas we need. They are not always the same. Come for all of it. All of you is welcome. Satnam.